Can you all hear me? On behalf of Lauren and Tim, I would like to begin by thanking everyone for being here as they join their lives in the union of marriage. To all our guests, they are happy to share this moment with you. They have known most of you for many years. You watched them grow up, you went to school with them, or you worked with them, because you are the ones who have supported them and known them so well. It is only fitting that you are the ones to share this once-in-a-lifetime moment with them. Marriage is a commitment to God and life, where two people can find and bring out the very best in each other. It offers opportunities for sharing and growth, and no other human relationship can equal a physical and emotional joining that has the promise of a lifetime. You are both blessed to have come from truly loving families who recognize the importance of marriage and the fundamental nature of the marriage commitment. They want everyone to know that who they are today is a result of many years of support and sacrifice by their parents. Can we all stand a moment, please? Lauren and Tim have come together in the presence of God, the family and the community, to express their intention to enter into marriage. May it be strengthened by the Lord with a sacred seal, and that Christ abundantly blesses the love that binds you through a special sacrament and enriches and strengthens those he has already consecrated by the holy baptism, that your love be enriched with this blessing, so that you may have strength to be faithful to each other forever and assume all responsibility of married life. We're going to take a moment where we have special family members going to do a reading. Her aunt and her godmother, Deborah. Right here. Yes, you may all have a... Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So doing a reading from 1 Corinthians 13, 1 through 3. Though I speak with the tongues of men and sounding brass or a changing cymbal, and though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. And though I bestow all my goods to the feed and the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, but not have love, it profits me nothing. Love suffers long and is kind. Love does not envy. Love does not parade itself, is not puffed up, does not behave rudely, does not seek its own, is not provoked, thinks no evil, does not rejoice in iniquity, but rejoices in the truth, bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails. But whether there are prophecies, they will fail. Where there are tongues, they will cease. Where there is knowledge, it will vanish away. For we know in part and we prophesy in part, that which is in part will be done away. When I was a child, I spoke as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put my childish things to face. Now that I am in part, but then I shall know just as I am known. And now faith, hope, love, these three, but the greatest of these is love.
Jonathan. Jonathan is Tim's cousin and his godfather.
Thank you. Hello. From Beginning to End by Robert Fulghum. You have known each other from first glance of acquaintance to this point of commitment. At some point, you decided to marry. From that moment of yes to this moment of yes, indeed, you have been making promises and agreements in an informal way. All those conversations that were held in a car or over a meal or during long walks, all those sentences that began with somehow and maybe, and all those promises that are unspoken matters of the heart. All these common things and more are the real process of a wedding. The symbolic vows that you are about to make are a way of saying to one another, you know, all those things we've promised and hoped and dreamed? Well, I meant it, every word. Look at one another and remember this moment in time. Before this moment, you have been many things to one another: acquaintance, friend, companion, lover, dancing partner, and even teacher. For you have learned much from one another in these last few years. Now you shall say a few words that take you across a threshold of life, and things will never quite be the same between you. For after these vows, you shall say to the world, this is my husband, and this is my wife. Thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you both. Very nice. Lauren and Tim, today you're joining your separate lives together. The 4 separate bottles of sand symbolize your lives. Separate families and separate set of friends. They represent all that you are and all that you will ever be as an individual. They also represent your lives before today. Your mothers will join us in the representation of the families joining together. These containers of sand are poured into the final container. The individual containers of sand will no longer exist, but will be joined together as one. Just as these grains of sand can never be separated and poured again into the individual containers, so will your marriage be. From the earliest of times, the circle has been of completeness. Can I have? Thank you so much. Thank you. The rings that you have chosen to wear have neither beginning nor end, much like your love for one another. They are a symbol of the words that you speak today. May these rings be from this day forward your most treasured adornment, and may the love they symbolize be your most precious possession. As you wear these rings, they may be constant reminders of these glad promises you make today. Timothy McSweeney, do you take Lauren Villaverde to be your wife, to live together in holy matrimony, to love her, to honor her, to comfort and protect her, and keep her in sickness and health, forsaking all others as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Lauren, do you take Timothy McSweeney to be your husband, to live together in holy matrimony, to love him, to honor him, to comfort and protect him, and keep him in sickness and in health, forsaking all others for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Now, each of you have made your own vows. So, Tim, you want to go first?
Sure. See how well I can get through this. All right. I, Tim, take you, Lauren, to be no other than yourself, loving what I know of you, trusting what I do not yet know, with respect for your integrity and faith in your love for me, our family, and our friends, through all our years and in all that life may bring us, including all trials, tribulations, and triumphs.
Tim, to try to even begin to tell you what you have done for me seems impossible. I have seen you as an amazing father, a great debater, funny sidekick, and the absolute love of my life. I had the chance to see for myself more than anyone gets to see. Today, I get to marry my best friend, my companion, my light, and my world. You have shown me that I should stand up for what I believe in and work hard for it at the same time. You have shown me the world is not easy, but we persevere. And you have shown me the love you have for me in a look from across the room, even if it's a goofy one. Today, on one of the best days of my life, I make my promises to you. I promise to listen to your advice and occasionally take it. I promise to never take score even if I'm winning. I promise to try and control my crazy emotions. I promise not to run away when things get tough. I promise to always be honest with you. And I promise to fight for us and our family. And I promise to love you for eternity. I also have some for Maverick. Come here. I want to talk to you. Maverick, you show me so much love and sweetness, and I can't even begin to express how much it means to me. Thank you for giving me the chance to love and care for you and experience that joy. There are a few things I want to make, promises I want to make to you. When we play animals, I promise to always be your monkey. When you feel the need for some poetry, I promise to read you Dr. Seuss. When you feel sad or down, I promise to tickle and love you until you smile. I may not have carried you, but I promise to carry you in my heart for the rest of my life. I may not have heard your first words, but I promise to listen to you. I may not have seen your first steps, but I promise to be there with you every step of the way. I love you, and I always will.
Thank you, Tim and Lauren. That was beautiful. Lauren, that was beautiful. Tim. Tim, place the ring on Laura's finger and please repeat after me. I give you this ring as a token.
I give you this ring as a token
and pledge of our constant faith and abiding love.
And pledge of our constant faith and dividing love on.
Abiding.
Maybe sometimes. A little bit.
Lauren, your turn. Lauren, place the ring on Tim's finger. Repeat. I give you this ring.
I give you this ring.
As a token and pledge.
As a token and pledge.
Of our constant faith.
Of our constant faith. And abiding love.
Thank you. Now, we have a ceremony that we do with the coins. It's called las jarras. I'm going to put these in your hands right now. Bless, O Lord, these jarras that Lauren and Tim will give to each other and pour over them the abundance of your good gifts. Tim, take them and put them in Lauren's hands. The jarras. Thank you. Lauren receives... You repeat after me, please.
Oh, right, yeah.
Lauren receives these jarras.
Lauren receives these aras.
As a pledge of God's blessing.
As a pledge of God's blessing.
And a sign of his good gifts.
And a sign of his good gifts.
We will share.
We both share.
Lauren, put him back in Tim's hands. I want you to repeat after me.
Okay.
Tim, receive these arras.
Tim, receive these arras.
As a pledge of God.
As a pledge of God's blessing. And a sign of the good gifts we will share.
Thank you. Please join hands. Join your hands. In the name of the Lord, and by virtue of the authority vested in me under the laws of the state of Florida, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. Everyone, I present to you Mr. and Mrs. Tim McSweeney.